the chalet up on the top of Cardrona. So yeah, outside it's a pretty crazy snowstorm. Clouds are in, visibility is very poor, but it's pretty fun to be up here. I'm actually riding on the Orca for the first day. So if you guys have any questions, definitely hit me up. I hope that the quality is okay. I'm not sure exactly what the signal's like up top, but yeah, let me know where you guys are watching from. And if you have any questions about snowboarding, if you have any beginner questions, anything at all, definitely hit me up, guys. Start off with a few shout outs. Shout out to Tyler, thanks for tuning in. Be Love from Killington, Vermont. We got David Jones up here. David Jones is promoting his new website, testeverything.net. We got Hamed. What's up, Hamed? Thanks for tuning in. The Zombie Biker says, what's up? It was so rad to meet you at Session 1 Cascade. Yeah, oh man, Session 1 at High Cascade was so much fun. We also have Jason Johnson up here asking, is David here? And unfortunately, David's taken off back to Auckland, but yeah, had a really good time hanging out with David here in Wanaka. We got Clorox Drinker, Rob Gams says what's just lots of riding fresh lines and gonna get the Orca out. All right, so Wizard says, hey, what would be a really good snowboard for park riding? Honestly, I've been riding the GNU Headspace and it's been my favorite park board so far. Just absolutely been loving it. I think what you want to look for in a park board kind of depends on your riding style, but if you're a beginner intermediate tricks, something that's soft enough that you can press. I like the ASIM boards too, so that deeper heel edge compared to the toe, making your heel turns a bit quicker, and also something that has some pop in the tail. So pop for ollies is always really good, and something that's completely twin. And so for me, I looked at boards that had all those things going on, and I'd landed on the GNU Headspace. I've been loving it. Check out some of the recent videos. I've been riding the Headspace, and yeah, it's performing really well for me. I also like park boards that have some kind of like extra contact points. So magnet traction, or just some other brands do different kind of extra contact points. So whatever's going to be good for that. That's what I'm really into. Morgan W says, hey Kevin, how is the Orca? So only had one lap and I couldn't really see, so I can't give you a full opinion on it yet, but the Orca's pretty good. I'll definitely get an Orca video up soon. I got TJ sitting right across from me looking at me. You might pop in for the live chat at some point. Maybe save all your board questions for TJ. Rory says, watching from the Gold Coast, are you guys going to the Remarkables? No plans to go to the Remarkables yet, but we've had lots of people telling us that the Remarkables is really fun, so we might hit up the Remarkables at some point. We got Matt watching from Eugene, Oregon. Very cool. What's up? What's up, everyone watching in Oregon? Everyone watching in the States, Canada, Europe, New Zealand, Australia. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Asia, I'm probably missing a bunch of places, but yeah, thanks everyone. Nathan says, what should I choose? The ride War Pig or ride Twin Pig? What should I choose? So I would say, depends on what you want to ride more of or what you want to progress more in. So if you want to progress more in the park, check out the Twin Pig. If you want to progress more all mountain, I'd get the War Pig. So I think that's where you come down to. We got Rufus and Kevin. What's up? Tyler says, oof. Some David Jones sayings in there. We got Diego. Blee says that the War Pig is more of the all-in-one board. I think that's true. But unless you want to ride more, you can still have all-in-one. I think the Twin Pig is pretty good for all-in-one as well. TJ had some good powder days on the Twin Pig. William Chow says, is there another board more aggressive than the Burton Custom? Yeah, there's actually like a really common board that's much more aggressive than the Burton Custom. It's the Burton Custom X. So if you want that like extra firm, stable camber, I'd go for the Burton Custom X. We got Jose Bortista on here. What's up, man? Dan Broad says, do you like Mike oh, almost got me with that one. Good one. And Jack Ripper says, what's up to Bortista? Osvaldo says, Kevin, you or TJ should get the LibTech Hot Knife. It's new for 2020 board. Yeah, I've actually checked out the Hot Knife. It looks like a fun kind of do everything kind of style board as well. Maybe more park leaning. We'll have to get on the Hot Knife at some point this season. Yeah, guys, I'm super happy that the connection's actually working up here. I'm just running it off of my data, so far it's everything's sweet. And if you guys are just tuning in, I'm in the chalet up on Cardrona Mountain. We did a few laps out in the fog. I can't tell if you guys can really see that, but it's pretty cloudy, snowing out there at the moment. Did a couple laps, but it was very, very difficult to see. So did get to ride the 2020 Orca for the first time, but to be honest, I couldn't really see where I was going. There was so much fog. So we're gonna wait out a few laps in here, talk to you guys, and head out in a little while. But so far it's felt pretty good. But yeah, looking forward to getting back out there when the clouds clear up. Adam says, hey dude, I'm moving to Whistler next month. I need to pair up some bindings for my ride Twin Pig. Any ideas? Yeah, lots of ideas out there. So for the Twin Pig, I think we're probably looking at like a medium flex board, so maybe a medium flex style binding. TJ rides the Union Stratas with the Twin Pig, so maybe that's a good option. And then I recently got a pair of bent metal transfer bindings, and I've been really liking the bent metals. So there's a couple ideas for you, but I would say a mid-flex pair of bindings with the Twin Pig is going to be the most versatile if you want to take it in the park or into the powder. Just a reminder, guys, that it's a super chat, so if you want to support the channel, definitely hit that super chat button. Also, we got 90 people watching, thank you guys, and 22 likes, so I really appreciate it. Edwin wants to know, are you coming to Oz? Yeah, so after this, I think on Sunday we're flying from Queenstown over to Sydney and then driving to Jindabyne, and we're gonna be snowboarding at Perisher and probably some of the resorts surrounding for just over a week. All right, yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Chloe says she's traveling to Threadbow. Amon is watching from Philadelphia. Micah is watching from Wisconsin. Yeah, Morgan wants to know how long before you head over to Oz. We're gonna be there Sunday and probably snowboarding on Monday. Anderson watching from Brazil. And I think we got the first super chat. It's gonna scroll down. Scrolling down, guys. First super chat from Jose Bortista, one of the OGs on here. Shout out to Jose. And it says hashtag pie funds. Thanks, man. Yeah, the pies, I think the veggie pies come out at 10:30 or 11 our time. So we'll definitely, I can pick up 2 pies on you now. So thanks Jose. I'll definitely grab 2 pies. Thanks for the pie fund, man. Lachlan says that he'll be at Perisher all week. Nice, man. So I'll see you there. If you see us, definitely come say hello. It's always awesome to meet the fellow snowboarders that are checking out the channel. Nathan's watching from Vancouver. And Adam Burdock says, thanks for the binding tips. Yeah, no problem. I feel like bindings is one of those things, it's a little bit harder to choose the right bindings because they all kind of look the same. So there's not really distinguishing features. But yeah, it's like you want softer bindings for park, stiffer bindings for like higher speeds, carving, powder. I think stiffer bindings are better for that. And recently, the reason I really like the bent metal bindings is because they have a 3D ankle strap, so it's very like it molds pretty easily to your foot when you put it on, which I think is super important. And then it also has at the back, like there's like a cube, and you basically like turn the cube to adjust the high back angle, which is amazing, I think, for beginners. So if you're a new snowboarder, I highly recommend bent metal solely for that cube because it makes adjusting the high back so easy. All right. Aid says, come to Mount Hood. Yeah, I love Mount Hood. Been there a couple times this year. Probably come back again. Eric wants to know if we're going to be in Whistler the middle of February. Got a trip planned. Hope to see you guys there. Yeah, so we're always traveling, going to new places, but Whistler's our home resort, so we'll definitely be at Whistler quite a bit. So yeah, if we're there, definitely would be awesome to meet up. Karen Gardner with the super chat. Thanks, Karen. Hashtag Beach Burrito Funds. Nice. Yeah, there's a great Mexican place in Jindabyne. I guess it's called Beach Burritos. So yeah, Karen, maybe we'll see you there again, or we can grab some lunch or some after snowboarding burritos. Yeah, thanks for the burrito fund. We'll see you there. We'll see you at Beach Burrito. And Dylan's watching from Nelson, New Zealand. Oh, very cool. I'm not sure where Nelson is. All right, so we got a trick question from Jeff. When you do 180s, do you land on the same edge you take off from? Not necessarily. So I mostly land, I would say, on my toes, especially taking off from the heels for a front side 180. Much easier, land on those toes, dig them in and ride it out. And then for the backside 180, sometimes I land on my heels, but I think again most of the time I land on my toes. I find that landing on the toes actually like lets you lock into landing better, and just helps you to ride it out. So definitely, if you're landing, I would say go for the toes. All right. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. We got Pax 45 watching from Argentina. We got Polini watching from Greece. We got Jack watching from Kansas. Sam says, hi Kevin, I just bought the 153 Orca. How should I set up the bindings for resort groomer riding? How much nose or tail should I leave since I'm not riding powder? Yeah, really great question. So the way that I would do it is I would have like the directional setup. So maybe the front binding at 15, back binding at say like 9, so more straight in the back. But I think that it kind of depends on how much nose you want to have, because honestly the size of the nose doesn't matter. It's more about where the edge ends. So where the edge loses contact with the snow, that's kind of where you want to maybe not have it completely centered, but maybe a little bit more towards the tail. It's always easier for carving and riding at high speeds with the binding set back a little bit. So right now I've got my binding set up. This is I think a good sort of guideline so that you can actually see one of the holes of the insert pack outside of my back binding, and then one of the holes outside of the impact in front of my front binding. So you can kind of start from there and then play with it a little bit. I think, yeah, it's like the nose, even though you may have a larger nose, you're not using it all for carving. You're more thinking about setting up your bindings for how they line up with the length of the edge. Dylan wants to know, what's the weather like at Cardrona? Yeah, at the moment it's just cloudy, nasty, some snow. Hopefully it clears up soon. We're gonna get back out there. Diego, Kevin, what brand has the lightest snowboards out there? Because I bought a Burton Custom 2019. I do like it, but it's quite heavy. Oh, that's not good to hear. Honestly, I find that the Libtacs and GNUs are very light boards. I don't know. I feel like some boards feel heavier than others, but for me, the GNUs and the Libtacs, they feel super light. Like the headspace, a Libtac board, the box knife, all those boards feel super, super light. Even the Orca to me feels light. So maybe try some different ones out, and maybe if you can demo some, and make sure you get a light board. That's important. Honestly, one board that I find to be a bit heavy is the Arbor Westmark. For some reason, those Arbor boards feel a little bit heavier to me, but maybe it's just my imagination. I'm not sure. Media Junk says, "Hey Kevin, I've got a hybrid rocker and was thinking of picking up a new shape. Can't decide between regular standard camber or full rocker. Suggestions. I enjoy cruising and a little freestyle." Oh man, yeah, that's tough. It's like, I feel like for me, I have the GNU Headspace. It's camber dominant. It's got very mild rocker in between the feet. So I feel like you don't have to compromise. You don't have to go all the way camber or all the way rocker. You can still get those hybrid boards. Even if you get a full camber board, it could be very soft and feel like a noodle, or you could get a full rocker board and it can be very stiff and still like feel aggressive. So that's a tough question, Media Junk. I'll just I think if you like so cruising and a little freestyle, maybe lean something towards more camber. Maybe something like the Headspace is called the C3, so it's camber under your feet, mild rocker in between. So maybe check out something like that and go from there. Oh, Dylan is telling me that Nelson is at the top of the South Island. All right, good to know. Phineas Renshaw says, "Any tips for backside fives?" I would say first make sure you get those backside threes down. And for the back five, you definitely need a jump that's just going to give you that little bit of extra time in the air to get that extra 180 around. So maybe get the back threes off of like a slightly larger jump. And then for the back five, it's just that extra little 180, just a little bit more rotation, and maybe twist out the last 90 to land it. But it's just about progressing up to it in steps. Maybe we can make a video on that for you on this trip. Yevgi says, "What is a good thing to remember when doing my first in-air tricks? I'm pretty good at getting air and landing. I'm building my confidence. I want to attempt a grab or a 180. What should I do?" First air tricks. I think a good thing to remember when you're doing your first ones, like actually going for the grab or doing a 180, is to actually focus on the takeoff first. So if you think about the trick too early, like the grab or the 180, it can kind of throw you off balance. So really thinking about getting that clean pop, so getting up into the air balance first before going for the grab, I think that's a really good thing to remember. And even for the 180s, it's still important to get like that clean pop up into the air as you go for the rotation. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. All right, just gonna scroll down a little bit, guys, get caught up. Parget Singh says, "Hey Kevin, what's your take on snowboard camps? I'm thinking of 1 week pro ride camp in Whistler, but how helpful are they for beginner intermediate riders? Thanks for the vids." I think they're very helpful. Like the pro ride camps, I know some of the guys that coach in there, and I know they're great coaches. They're definitely going to help you with progressing and giving you tips. But I think the most important thing for those camps too is like you get to ride with people that can actually inspire you, motivate you, and you get to like make some friends. So it's just like it's a great way to make friends and have people to ride with. So it's like if you want to progress, if you want to make friends, doing a camp I think is a really good idea. Mezzi says, Kevin, does magnet traction or any of those extra contact points features cause the board to be more catchy on groomers/rails? Honestly, I've been riding my last couple boards have had magnet traction, and I haven't found them to be catchy at all. They've been like hugely helpful for riding on ice. Like, it's been fairly firm out here at Cardrona, and the magnet traction on the headspace has been amazing for staying in control. But I would say that, and I've also been doing some metal tubes and rails, and they haven't felt catchy at all. I haven't caught my toes, haven't caught my heels, haven't had a single moment yet of catching anything. Even sliding on plastic boxes, and they actually have a plastic tube here too that I've been sliding sideways, and zero catch, nothing at all. So yeah, it doesn't. I understand where you're coming from, because I had that concern too, but the magnet traction does not catch. Awesome, really good questions, guys. Adam Bad Rider says, that's interesting. I found the Liptex boards heavier than other boards. My Warpig is lighter than my Orca, and my Ultra Fear is lighter than both of them. Oh, interesting. Yeah, maybe it's just one of those mental things. Like, yeah, to me they feel lighter, but to some other people maybe not. I think what feels light to you. All right, just gonna scroll down a little bit, guys, get caught up. Hamed with the super chat, $5. Thanks for the support, Hamed. And he says, my wax kit has a brass, nylon, and horsehair brushes. What are each used for? Any preseason wax tips? Loving the new vids. Hashtag more pies. Awesome, thanks, man. Yeah, maybe if TJ joins in, I'll buy TJ a pie with that money too. Yes, amounts of like brush, more polished look. So it's kind of like, think of it like sandpaper. You have like the gritty sandpaper, and then you have like the really fine ones, and each of them kind of do like a different thing. So I think that's probably what those different style brushes are used for. So from coarse to fine. Dylan King says, what are some tips for doing your first indie grab? So first, I just put up an indie grab video like 3 days ago, so definitely check that out on the channel. It's going to walk you through the indie grab and give you lots of tips. But I would say, so what are some tips? So a couple tips. First one, make sure you get that clean pop so that you get lots of time in the air to get the grab. And then second one, I would say make sure that you bend your knees so that you're bringing your board up to your hands more than your... All right, sorry we lost connection there, guys, but we're back. Oh, Jeremiah says, what's up, Kevin? Can you elaborate on some examples on when to use down on weighting versus up on weighting? Thanks. So down on weighting and up on weighting, that's basically fancy words for saying like bend your knees around a turn or stand up tall around a turn. So basically what happens is as you come around a turn, pressure builds on your snowboard. So by bending your knees, you're actually like taking some of the weight off of your board, and then your board won't like have too much pressure on it, and you won't like sort of like stutter out and lose your edge. So by bending your knees and I guess down on weighting, so yeah, you're taking weight off of your board, it's going to release some of that pressure that builds around a turn. So yeah, bending your knees as you go around a turn definitely helps you to like keep your edge and avoid from sliding out. And then up on weighting does the opposite. So basically standing up tall, straightening your legs, that's going to create pressure on your board. So a time when you want to do that would say, for example, be one place is in between turns, because then that sets you up for the down on weighting part. But also like if you're going through rollers, that's like I would say the best time to do it. So as you go over like say a roll, like a hump, you bend your knees, and then in between you straighten your legs, create pressure on your board, and then that'll actually like give you more speed. So straightening the legs, adding more pressure, and yeah, giving you more speed and more force on your board. Jose says, smash the like button. Yeah, guys, thanks. I appreciate it. Nathan says, is there a reason why you would want to get a board without magnet traction? That's a really good point. For me, at the moment, there's no good reason. So that's why both my boards, my park board and my powder board, both have manual traction, just because I'm really loving it. But I'm sure different people want different things in boards, so there's different stuff out there. But yeah, for me, I'm loving it. TJ's just sitting there looking at me. I'm like, come on over. What's up, man?
What up, guys?
How was that first lap out there? It was a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, there's definitely some fresh snow, which is nice, kind of a little refresher. But the visibility was pretty low this morning. Kind of hard to see the definition in the snow.
Yeah, it was super hard to see it there. Like, and we're riding through like fresh snow too, and it's like everything was white pretty much.
Yeah, very kind of white out. But I think it'll get better, hopefully.
Yeah, I think that I'm sure the clouds will clear out a little bit, and we'll get back out there. TJ's been riding the Battalion Evil Twin as well. How's the Evil Twin been feeling so far in the park in the snow?
I've been enjoying it a lot, man. Yeah, it's you know, doing the butters has been one of the highlights for sure. Just really catch free, and I also have been enjoying it on the jumps. I think those are the highlights for me with the Evil Twin.
Nice, man. All right, let's get into some questions here. Phineas says, Kevin, I got you free passes for Grouse Mountain whenever you want.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have to check out Grouse sometime.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, you haven't ridden any of the Vancouver resorts yet, hey?
Just Whistler, yeah. Is Grouse the one that gets the view of the city?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to check that out.
That's pretty cool, yeah. All right.
Shout out to the almost 100 people on the chat right now.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's huge. Christian says hello from Bavaria.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, nice. We're going to be going to Munich in a few weeks. Yeah, TJ's hometown.
Yeah, it's some family out there.
Bavaria. Would you consider yourself Bavarian?
Heritage.
It's like a heritage kind of thing, yeah. Leo says, Kevin, is my riding compromised if I go from a 150 Burton Kilroy 3D? I'm a 177 centimeters tall boot, US size 9, 75 kilograms. I got a 155 gangplank and want to go shorter to improve park riding. Thanks. Congrats on the channel. All right. The kilograms.
Yeah, that's so tough.
So 75 kilograms, I think that's 150, wait, it's 2.2, I think.
Yeah, I can figure it out real
So
quick.
150 plus 30, like 180 pounds?
A little over 150.
I think it's 180 pounds, but we'll double check here. I don't think you're compromising. So yeah, I think the extra length, 165. 155 should be a good length, right?
Yeah, 155. Easier, but you know the compromise is going to be on the stability there. So
yeah, I think you're going to be good
than the Kilroy 3D
edge for sure. Katie Rizzo with the super chat. Thanks for the support. Always enjoying the vids. Watch the indie grab video now. Thanks. Yeah, go check it out, man. Definitely help you out with those indie grabs. Patrick wants to know, how should I start riding park? What would you say? What's like the #1 park starter?
I think the #1 park starter is on natural features like rollers, side hits, and things like that to get comfortable with those freestyle skills.
Yeah, getting some some jumps and stuff on those side hits.
Yep, yeah, stuff like that. And yeah, just putting time in, getting that board control.
Yeah, board control, just getting comfortable riding with speed, because once you get into the park, even a small jump, you're going to be taking off and landing with some speed. So once you're comfortable riding with speed and yeah, that board control, then that's, I think, the building blocks to getting into the park.
Yep.
Jack Ripper says, lots of boards have multiple contact points. They just call it a different name. That's kinda.
That's true, but magnet traction is unique for sure. All the other ones are different and they're not quite as good.
Yeah, so magnet traction, typically it's the 7 points, right? Is it 7 typically?
Yeah, they started with the 7. That's like on most of their kind of all mountain boards, and then when they started putting it on their freestyle boards, they came up with the 5-point.
Yeah, and it's like that very like elaborate wave. So it's like a very noticeable, and I think even when you ride it, it feels the most like it's doing something with the multiple contacts.
Yeah.
And then,
I was gonna say it. In my experience, magnet traction gives you the most extra grip when you're on ice versus all the other ones.
Ooh, maybe we could make a video on this, like rankings of like which one's most grip to least grip. But like I would say the second best would be the Arbor boards, right? With the grip tech.
Yeah.
So the grip tech is basically, instead of the multiple waves, it's just got 2 bumps, one kind of like by each binding. And those, like, you feel that as well.
Yeah, those work really good. Also, it's more isolated under your feet versus down the entire edge of the board, but it's still very noticeable. And then most of the other ones are actually pretty similar, you know, like Never Summer's Vario Power Grip or the Burton Frostbite or Mid-Bite.
What are those?
Basically, instead of
I still don't know what frostbite is.
Instead of having an actual bump on the edge that kind of digs in more and claws more, it's a bit of a step down in the side cut. So it's a much mellower contact point.
Okay, so on the frostbite, it's like an edge, and then it kind of like dips in a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get that little kind of bump that helps a bit.
But it's almost like not even a bump. It's more like like an under bump, like a concave bump.
Yep.
So is the Yes one the same then? Is Yes pretty much the same?
almost exactly the same as that, and the Vario Power Grip is also almost exactly the same as that.
And the reason they have to do that is because of the like basically patents, I guess, right?
Mervin has the patent on magnet traction, so there are companies that lease it from them, like Rosignol's one.
Yeah, Jones.
So, yeah,
Jones as well. Roxy for the girls' boards. Cool. Yeah, really good question. But yeah, there's a lot of marketing out there, a lot of terms, so it's good to like sort of understand the name, the tech behind the cool sounding term. Sublime says thanks for all the videos, tutorials, guys. Really getting pumped for the season. Awesome, yeah.
Dan Broad, I see you, man.
I gotta put that guy in timeout.
Too old. It's been done too many times.
Cameron wants to know, TJ, how do you find the Burton name dropper? So video, full review coming soon to Board Archive. But yeah, how did it feel just so far, the name dropper?
I really enjoyed it, man. It's definitely a very soft board, really playful. You get a lot of flex out of it.
Nice.
But you know, a lot of fun for just kind of playing around in the park. It's not a super serious or aggressive board at all. Definitely a freestyle focused, jib focused kind of board.
Yeah, so maybe if you're like intermediate advanced out there, it'd be great for in the park, like for jibbing and pressing.
Yeah.
Maybe not like high speeds or big jumps, but also good for like a beginner park rider, right? Like
yeah, absolutely. You know, very manageable snowboard.
Cool. iPhoton says, moving to Tahoe this winter, do you recommend working part-time at the resort or getting a different job and just buying the pass? Oh, that's a good question. That's a tough one. Like for me, what I did is like I worked at the resort, taught snowboarding, and I loved it. You got like a free lift tickets, like free seasons pass, not free accommodation, but staff accommodation. So it was great for me, but I know other people that have done it the other way, and it's good too. So yeah, like if I had to do it now, I would definitely just work a night job.
That's exactly where I was going to go with it. It would depend on the job for me. If I would try to as hard as I could to work nights so you could snowboard every day that you want to.
Yeah, like for me, yeah, at the time too, it's like I love teaching snowboarding so much that I couldn't imagine like, hey, what's up, man? I love teaching snowboarding so much that I couldn't imagine like working a job I didn't enjoy. So I just was like, I'll just work the job I love and then snowboard on the weekends. But yeah, it's really up to you. All right. Chuck Van says, hey Kev, how is your progression going on larger jumps after High Cascade? Will you be hitting the big ones at Perisher? Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, I hit the big jump at High Cascade, overshot it, kind of had like a little bit of I think I like tore a muscle or something in my back leg. But since then, my leg is feeling great. I can kind of feel it a tiny bit, but I think overall it's fully healed. So yeah, if the big jumps at parachuters are looking good, I'll definitely hit it. Yeah.
Have to see what it looks like.
Wizard says, how often do you wax your GNU headspace? I'd wax, it's good to wax it like every, say, 4 or 5 times snowboarding.
Yeah, that's what I would say, you know, or if you feel it start to get kind of slow, then maybe wax it that night. But yeah, my battalion needs a wax right now for sure.
How many times have you rode it?
I think this is day 5.
All right, so
we're about time.
Yeah, same. I've ridden the headspace 5 days. It's due for a wax, so maybe we'll do that tonight. Adam, Bad Riders with the super chat. Thanks for the support, man. He says, TJ's Fire Jacket Fund.
Thanks, man. I know Adam has the same jacket, so.
Oh, sick, yeah.
Thanks, dude.
That blue and black tie-dye is really nice, yeah.
I'm stoked on it.
All right. Oh, Carrie Pierce with the super chat. Thanks, Carrie.
Oh, wow.
Says, hiya, guys. Ivan's War Pig is showing stress marks near the bindings. Bindings too stiff, you think? Ivan too heavy? Hashtag Wakachangi Beer Funds. Awesome. Thanks, Carrie.
That's a brewery out there.
Thanks for the support. Yeah, what do you think? So like stress marks in the top sheet near the bindings.
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't seen that. Maybe Ivan is just like a beast on the board and just like riding it hard. But
yeah, I think that's probably what it stems from.
I think that just must be the manufacturing of the board. There's something in how they've done the top sheet that's creating those cracks, because I don't think I've ever seen that on my boards, but I've never owned a ride board before.
Yeah, I feel like that's interesting, particularly for the Board Pig, because the top sheet's kind of like a more matte top sheet. I've seen it in the glossy top sheets before, where they have that kind of clear plastic layer on top and sometimes get the stress cracks. But yeah, honestly, Carrie, I would say reach out to Ride and get their opinion on it, because if it's not the core, it should still be fine, but it's not a great sign.
Yeah, but also like stress marks or whatever in the top sheet is not really gonna affect how the board rides either, right?
Yeah,
so
the board should still be okay. Yeah.
So as long as it rides fine and you don't notice that it's like bending funny or anything, I would say it's more like cosmetic. So that's like the best scenarios. That's just like a cosmetic thing, and you could like reach out to them you can talk to them. There's probably like a 1-800 number for their warranty. So talk to them about that, and yeah, especially if it gets any worse, maybe just reach out to them and see if it's covered under warranty.
Yeah,
Ivan might be able to get a new board through it.
Check the flex and see if it still feels like how it used to, consistent flex.
Yeah, but as long as it still rides good, then yeah, you should be sweet. But yeah, thanks, shout out Carrie. Thanks, hope you and Ivan are doing well, the whole family, and thanks for the support. And Nathan with the super chat. What's up, Nathan? Thanks, man. He says, you guys got me through a broken collarbone, so super cheers. Awesome, man. Sorry to hear about your collarbone, but glad that we can help you through it. Me and my mate will be in Paris here, September 19th to the 22nd. Will you guys be there then? It would be awesome to high five and rock a lap or two. Rock on. Yeah, we'll be there, right?
Yeah, the 19th and the 20th will still be snowboarding out there, so.
Yeah, we'll be snowboarding the 19th and the 20th, so we'll, these guys. What's up? Hey, what's up? Sweet, awesome. So yeah, we'll be there 19th and 20th, so Nathan, if you see us, just come say hello.
Definitely.
Hop into the back of a live chat if you can. Oh, so Leo wants to know answer for the 3D Kilroy. You missed it. So your answer for the 3D Kilroy. So if you go to the 155 Gangplank, it's going to be good because it's softer. You can deal with a little bit more board on extra length on that softer board, and at 165 pounds, 155 is a good length. Good length for park. You're good, Leo. All right, so lots of great questions. Thanks everyone for the super chats and support. Just gonna scroll down a little bit, get caught up, guys. But huge shout out for everyone for tuning in. If you guys are tuning late, we're in the chalet on the top of Cardrona. We did a few laps this morning. It was like kind of whiteout conditions, couldn't see a lot, so I thought it'd be a great idea to come in for the live chat for you guys. And we got warmed up, and hopefully these clouds clear, and we'll get out there and ride some powder. I'm on the Orca for the first time. So the 2020 Orca, first time riding it. Pretty stoked, and it's can't really tell it out there, but yeah, it's kind of like a whiteout. All right, but let's see what the next question is gonna be. Cameron, how long have you guys been snowboarding for, and how did you get into snowboarding? TJ, how long have you been snowboarding for? How many, what year did you get into it?
I would say I really got into it about 10 years ago, but my first time snowboarding was about 19 years ago, so quite a while.
Nice, man. Yeah, I started snowboarding when I was 15. I did like 2 years of skiing, 13 to 15, and then got into snowboarding. And I think the thing that got me into snowboarding was actually just like through friends. And there was like every Tuesday there was a high school like ski snowboard club that I would go with. So I think through high school is how I really got into snowboarding.
Yeah.
And my friends.
Yeah, same for me. Friends was a big part of it early on, and then once I started getting more seriously into it, I was on the snowboard team at my school, and I met a bunch of really great people through that, and really fell in love with it.
Nice. Herb Sneed says, "What's up, Kevin and TJ? Are you guys aware that you were mentioned on the Snowboard podcast?" Cool.
I was not aware of that.
Do you know what the Snowboard podcast is?
No. I know there's a few out there. I don't know which one that is, or if that's the name of it.
It's the Snowboard podcast. Yeah.
You know, can we get a link to the mention?
Yeah, Herb, let us know. Were they saying nice things about us? What were they saying on there? But that's cool. It's cool to hear that snowboard community. We always love promoting other people too. So, guys, definitely check out the Snowboard podcast. Only if they said good things about us, though. Shout out to all the other snowboard content creators out there, whether you're making podcasts or videos or Instagram photos. There's all kinds of cool stuff out there. So Jake wants to know, still using the Capita DOA? I didn't bring it on this trip, but I did have it in Chile. So yeah, I got a day of it riding in Chile. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably ride it again. Capita DOA, it's a fun board.
For sure.
Ridge says, any recommendations on all mountain bindings that are lightweight? I've been using the Union Atlases a lot. They're great. What's your best all-mountain binding?
I would, if you're looking for all-mountain lightweight, I would look at the Falcor. Yeah, because that's going to have the carbon high back. They really took out as much material as possible on those to keep the weight down, but it's still a very supportive and responsive binding. So, to get that combination, it's a bit of a higher price point, but it's a great binding.
Well, so you say the Burton Genesis, they're pretty light, aren't they?
I've never actually ridden the Genesis, but I know I have friends who really love them. I know they're a very stiff, responsive binding as well. I don't know about the weight, though.
Tomo185 says, are you boys going to be heading to Niseko this winter? Love to see you up there. Yeah, I think the plan is to go back to Niseko.
Japan.
For Japauary. Japauary, is that it?
That works.
Is that the first month of the year?
Japanuary. Or Japauary.
All right. Yeah, thanks guys for all the questions. He's going to get caught up a little bit. Alessio Carrera. What's your POW board for the year? I'm looking for a volume shifted board. So my POW board for the year is the same one that I had last year. It's the the Libtech Orca. So last year I had the 153 version, volume shifted, and it was amazing. Floated so well. Still actually rode amazingly on the groomers too. And actually, the thing I loved most about it is like landing. So landing in powder off of a small drop or something, it just felt so stable. So that's why this year I got the 2020 Orca 159. A little bit more length, but to be honest, like if I was riding a powder board, I'd probably get like just a regular powder board. I'd probably get like a bigger one than that. So for volume shifted, for me to come down to 159 is, I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah, what's your paddle board for 2020?
I haven't locked it in yet, but I'm pretty certain it's going to be the Battalion Party Wave. I'm really eyeing that one up. So
yeah, that one looks fun. Yeah. It's kind of like similar, like a little in some ways to the Orca, like the shape, the tail.
Yeah, it's got a lot of similarities for sure.
It's got that 3BT though
3BT,
too.
Yeah, 3BT and the camber dominant profile is going to be a little bit different, and I'll be curious to see how the flex is on it. But I really like the looks of that one.
Looks like a fun board. All right, thanks again. Wow, you guys are like flooding the questions. Thanks so much. Liam, tips on improving my switch riding. I think the biggest thing for switch is just like getting that like time in. So whenever you get to an area of the run where it's like you find it easy, just flip over and start doing switch. I would say do that as much as possible.
Yep.
Do you have a switch riding tip or?
No, that's the go-to tip for me as well. I really think that makes the biggest difference. And then maybe to kind of add on to that is once you start to get more comfortable, you can try to slowly do a little bit more complicated things on your board switch. Yeah,
more carving, maybe some presses, maybe try some switch ollies or some switch jumps.
Yeah, deeper carves.
Deeper carves, yeah. All right. How do I do a 1440? Well, you spin a 720 and then you spin another 720.
Yep, that's it.
All while in the air. Awesome, guys. 65 likes. You guys are legends. Kaz Lee says, hey guys, how come you're inside and not outside riding? Because it's like a snowstorm outside and it's so cloudy and windy. We like the laps that we did, we like could barely see. So that's why we're in here.
Yeah, hoping for the visibility to clear up.
Especially, what do you want me to do with these hands? You're gonna be frozen if we're outside. Just get a big mitt, just palming the screen here. Ridge says, cheers fellas, thanks for the suggestions. I feel like the K2 bindings I'm in are like being strapped to concrete blocks. Wow. We'll look into your ideas. Oh wow, that's not good news for K2 right there.
I've never ridden K2 bindings, man. I know someone who really loves them, but if you don't have a good experience, switch it up.
Alessio says, never tried the Orca, but I got the chance to ride the Party Wave last year at Cervinia, and it was tons of fun. We'll definitely have to test out the Orca though. Thanks again. Have fun, guys. Nice.
Sick.
If TJ gets a Party Wave that's big enough too, we can like swap between and give you guys like some head-to-head comparisons.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Newboard, what's up, Newboard? He's one of the recent OGs. Says, I recently bought the Orca line miners with high pink lenses and the Dragon's NFX2 with black smoke.
Oh, wow.
Rose and flash blue lens. Did unboxing on my channel. Wow, nice, Newboard. Little shameless self promote. Check out Newboard. Yeah, it looks like you're putting out some videos, man, so that's great. I checked out a couple. You're in Germany, so are your videos in German or English? I can't remember, but
I'm gonna check it out. That sounds like a cool video.
Yeah, love the line miners and the high pink. Yeah, really fun lens there. And do you have the NFX2?
I've got the original NFX. NFX2 is a little bit smaller, but it's got the quick release lenses. So yeah, solid goggle for sure.
Yeah, quick update on the Anons, the M4s. They've been sweet. Just popping between lenses, so easy with the magnets there. Just
yeah,
they're killer so far.
The lens system on those is legit. Very well thought out.
I didn't even know that they had M4s. I thought that M3 was the biggest.
I think M4 last year was the first year for the M4, I think.
Ah. All right. Adam Bedrotter says, I got the Oakland Line Miners for my storm goggles. The high pink is the bomb for low light conditions. Yeah, I totally agree. Love those high pinks. Oh my gosh. All right. Sorry if there's any lag, guys, but yeah, I'm like super happy that this is working at all. We're just like at the top of a mountain in a snowstorm here in New Zealand, and yeah, the data is coming through. Super Coker says, "What's your favorite snow to board in?" I've never heard it that way before, but yeah, what's your favorite snow to board in?
That half-meter Japan powder, son.
Nice. Yes.
Definitely.
I would agree. Half meter, is that a lot? That's 50.
That's 50 cm.
Okay, that might be too much. There is such a thing as too much powder.
That's true. Yeah, I guess.
What do you think? Okay, honestly, what half meter sounds good, but what would you say is like the actual like best depth?
If I was being perfectly honest, and there was like already, maybe some recent snowfall, it's not just falling onto ice.
I guess you also have to like think of like the steepness too, right?
Yeah. If it's really steep, 50 would be amazing.
Yeah.
If you could find a safe zone, but honest opinion, between 30 to 40 on the very upper end. 40 can be too much. I would say already. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess it depends. It's like I would say like very light snow, like 40. Yeah. But if it's like that just normal consistency snow, then 30 to 35 is like a good amount.
Yeah.
As soon as you're like not getting to the bottom, you're just golden. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for, those bottomless turns.
But the Japan snow has definitely been the best. But we've had some similar days in Colorado with that light snow. Like that one day at Keystone stands out with Bo, last day of the year. That was some of the best powder, the best snow to board on.
Colorado gets some pretty amazing snow for sure. But I'd still take Japan.
All right. Here's a great question from Annan24. Should I detune my edges when learning to board slide? Yeah, when learning, I'd say yeah.
I would. Yeah. I always detune between the bindings on a rail board or a board I'm going to be riding a lot of park with.
Yeah. So. What's your trick? So you carry one of those stones around with you, right?
Yeah, I've got them in my pocket right now. Here.
What's it called?
It's a gummy stone.
Gummy stone.
And a diamond stone. So the diamond stone is going to actually take the sharpness off the edge, and then the gummy stone is going to smooth it out to make sure you don't have any like weird metal bits that could potentially catch. So I always keep these in my pocket, and I would just go between the bindings a little bit.
Just between the bindings? Where's like the starting point to point?
Probably right in between the bindings is where I would detune the most. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You could go a little bit as well on the contact points.
But outside the bindings, you kind of want to keep them a little bit sharp for riding?
Exactly, yeah, because you are going to be riding a little bit even on a park board, and it's nice to have an edge that can bite down a little bit when you need to.
Nice. Adam Bedrotter says, "What's going on with your old Orca, Kev? Have you hung it on the wall yet?" Haven't hung it on the wall yet, but I think I'm gonna be keeping it. Let TJ borrow it a few times, but then just keeping it as like a souvenir, I guess. Good question, man. All right, let's do a few more. L Stacker's on here, says smash the like button. Thanks, L Stacker. Yeah, I'll just do a couple more questions, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in for these 55 minutes so far. Jake Stoik says, has a super chat. Thanks so much, Jake. Says, working in Niseko over the season. Would love to see and meet you and greet or something for an idea. Would love to hit a lap with you guys. Yeah, thanks so much, Jake. When we're in Niseko, we'll definitely do a meetup somewhere. And yeah, it'd be great to meet up. If you see us in Niseko, come say hi. And yeah, where's a good place to do a meetup in Niseko?
Oh man, I don't know.
Maybe in front of like one of those board stores, or
yeah, that could be cool.
The hotel. Maybe we can like rent out the hotel lobby party room.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Do
Yeah,
like almost like a little event.
Oh yes, SPC BA event. All right, a couple more questions, guys. Josh wants to know how the Evil Twin is holding up.
It's holding up great.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun on it out here, and looking forward to riding it throughout the season, man.
El Stalker wants to know, did we fingerboard with David? We did help him with the finger snowboard video.
Yep.
So we weren't actually like doing the fingerboarding, but we were helping to film. So yeah,
David had the fingerboard out on the editing table, and we were playing around a little bit, but nothing.
Oh yeah. TJ did some fingerboarding. Yeah, just back at the house. Yeah,
I can kickflip on a fingerboard still.
Nice. Yeah, big shout out to David Jones. He's like absolutely killing those fingerboard videos. They're getting like millions of views.
Yeah.
So
shout out David.
Yeah, go check out some of David's like DIY fingerboard projects. They're pretty cool.
It's great hanging out with him.
Sawyer says, "What's up, TJ and Kevin? We just got our first snow here in Colorado."
Epic.
Wow, that's legendary. Yeah, cool. We'll be in Colorado probably early season then.
Yeah.
If it continues. Versus Kev. Oh yes.
That's a good idea.
All right, let's do it. Orca race. Alex says, thoughts on the Headspace. Haven't had time to ride it yet. Honestly, it's been great. I love it. So the magnet traction has been amazing for holding an edge on like any surface. Like the hardest ice is just, it's held perfectly. It's soft enough to press. I've had no problems doing presses with it. But then it still has lots of snap through like the tail to get like a really solid ollie. So confident that it's going to be my park board for the like entire season. So I may have to get like a second one halfway through. We'll see how much park we're riding. All right. Oh man, it's getting close to that 1 hour mark. Nathan wants to know, how poppy is the Ride Twin Pig, and how well does it handle powder?
I would say it's pretty average pop. It's nothing like I wouldn't say that's a big standout on it, but it definitely has some energy in it to offer for ollies and stuff. And it does surprisingly well in powder. You know, it's got that volume shifted shape, that width, extra surface area is going to help you out. And the longer nose outside the contact points, like the War Pig, on the nose and the tail. So for a twin, I would say it's above average for powder.
Nice, above average, nice. And Sawyer wants to know, what's your top gloves? So I think we both ride mitts, and I've got the analog mitts. I've had these for like a year, and the palms have worn out a little bit, but that's from the tow rope. But yeah, they've been great. So analog mitts for me.
And yeah, I've been using the Oyuki Tamashi mitt over the last year, and they've held up amazing. So I'm really stoked on the Oyukis.
All right. Shout out to Nas watching from Los Angeles. We got Dude on here, Alex, Allery, Connor, Adam Searles, Snowboard again, El Sacker again, Cat Pole, Churning Park. Shout out to all you guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I think we're going to call it there, guys. 1 hour super chat from the top of Cardrona here in New Zealand. I'm just super stoked that the data came through and we could actually do this video for you guys. But I hope you guys are having fun out there riding. If you're in the southern hemisphere, if you're up north, yeah, I think the snow's on its way. So
it's coming up.
Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good time getting prepared for the upcoming snowboard season, getting all your gear together. And yeah, let's pray for snow. Let's pray it's going to be one of those seasons.
Hopefully it's going to be a good one. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so thank you guys all for so much for watching. And yeah, check out TJ over on Board Archive. He's got some bunch of videos coming out from New Zealand. If you haven't yet, subscribe here and hit the bell so you get notifications every time we go live, and more videos coming here from New Zealand. Later, guys.
See you guys.